Visual, early Republic soldiers and farmers exchanging coins. Before the emperors, before the palaces, Rome was a small republic obsessed with one thing: stability. In the early Republic, money wasn't a tool for speculation, it was a measure of virtue. Senators couldn't even participate in business. Wealth wasn't about greed, it was about responsibility. Their first rule was simple: money must serve the state, not the individual. They minted bronze and later silver coins, tightly controlling their metal content. Counterfeiting was punishable by death. Rome believed currency was sacred, a promise between citizens and their government. But as Rome expanded, wealth flooded in: gold from Egypt, silver from Spain, and with it came temptation. Section 2. The Rise, Rome's Golden Rules, 232-430 visual. Roman markets bustling, traders counting coins, ships unloading cargo. During its rise, Rome lived by 5 key money rules that built an empire. Rule number 1: spend less than you collect. The Republic ran balanced budgets for centuries. Public works, wars, and festivals, all funded without constant debt. Deficits were seen as moral failure. Rule number 2: save for the inevitable crisis. Rome had a public treasury, the aerarium, and even an emergency fund known as the aerarium sanctiza reserve that could only be used when the state was in mortal danger. Rule number 3: keep money real. Coins were backed by metal, not promises. The denarius was 95% pure silver when introduced. It wasn't perfect, but it was honest. Rule number 4: tax fairly and predictably. The Romans knew sudden taxes destroy trust. Their system taxed land and trade consistently, allowing citizens and provinces to plan ahead. Rule number 5: invest in what endures. Roads, aqueducts, ports, and Lothar, things that made prosperity possible. They spent not just to consume, but to create. Those 5 rules turned a city-state into the most powerful economy on earth. Section 3. The Breaking Point: how Rome forgot its own rules for 30 to 630. Visual: soldiers demanding pay, emperors minting coins, riots in the Forum. Then came empire and the slow decay of discipline. When Rome grew to large, so did its expenses: armies to pay, borders to guard, spectacles to entertain the restless. To cover the cost, emperors broke the first rule: they spent more than they collected. They melted down coins, adding cheaper metals. The denarius, once 95% silver, fell below 5%. That's the ancient version of printing money. Prices skyrocketed. Ordinary citizens lost trust. The second rule fell next. The emergency reserves were raided for politics, not crises. Taxation became erratic and crushing, driving farmers off their land. Trade collapsed. By the 3rd century, Rome had forgotten every one of its money rules, and the economy descended into chaos. Section 4. The Fallout and Failed Fixes, 630 to 8 o'clock visual. Inflation graphs morphing into Roman coins. Overlay of modern money printing. Emperor Diocletian tried to fix it with the edict on maximum prices, freezing wages and prices. It failed. People just stopped trading. Constantine later introduced the solidus, a pure gold coin, trying to restore faith. It worked, briefly. But the trust had already evaporated. When the Western Empire fell in 476 AD, Rome wasn't conquered by swords alone, it was conquered by bad money. Section 5. Modern parallels, 8 o'clock to 9:45 visual. Modern stock markets. Stimulus checks and digital money printing. Sound familiar? In 2023, the U.S. national debt surpassed $33 trillion. Inflation surged worldwide. Central banks printed more money in 2 years than Rome minted in 2 centuries. We are living through the same cycle, only faster. Rome debased its coins by 90% over 150 years. We've debased our currencies by over 95% in a single century. The parallels are chilling: overspending, unstable currencies, short-term politics, and the slow erosion of public trust. Section 6. Takeaways and warning, 9:45 to 11 o'clock visual. Modern cities fading into Roman ruins. So what can we learn from the Romans? Takeaway number 1. Money without discipline becomes an illusion. Every empire that treats debt as infinite eventually finds its limit. Takeaway number 2. Trust is the true currency. When people stop believing their money has value, collapse follows, no matter the era. Takeaway number 3. Invest in permanence. The Romans built for centuries, not election cycles. Prosperity requires patience. The warning? History doesn't just repeat, it rhymes in interest rates, inflation, and bubbles. And we're singing the same tune the Romans once did, right before the fall. Outro call to action, 11 o'clock to 11:30 visual. Fade from Roman coins to modern currency. Then to a single gold coin. If we want to avoid Rome's fate, we have to remember their rules before it's too late. If this story made you rethink how money really works, hit subscribe, share this video, and leave a comment. Which Roman rule do you think we've forgotten the most? Because the rise and fall of Rome isn't ancient history. It's a warning written in gold and silver.